Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Studying Brew episode 934 on this beautiful July 3rd, 2024. Hey, it's me again, flying solo, but good news, Brandi is feeling a lot better. She's just in serious recovery today. It's just taking everything out of her as far as like trying to stay awake. So we're just giving her another night off and just keeping it resting. But good news is it looks like she's on the mend. She looks like she's a lot better, so that's good. But if you're all confused because this is your first time here, well, I'm Andy. I'm the guy that runs the back office over here, and my better half, the teacher, the professor, she's not here tonight. Her name's Brandi. She's got her Series 6 and 63, and 26 and 65, and the Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. But tonight, she is not here to teach you that free content that we normally do on Wednesday. But tonight, I'm going to change it up. We're going to do some study tips Wednesday because I'm filling in. I can teach you how to study. Believe it or not, I did go to college. I did go to get a degree. I actually almost have my master's. But I know a couple things or two about studying. I'm not as smart as my wife. I'm not going to say that. But you know what? I know a thing or two. And also, I can tell you what has been the successful way of studying for a lot of our students who have gone on to get these exams done and ultimately get fully licensed, get securities license, and fulfill their goals, right? Which is what every one of you want to do. And it gets really difficult when you are facing a holiday like 4th of July. I know Primericans are going to convention next week. You might have the in-laws, you might have cousins, you might have friends, you might have kids hanging out. You got all these distractions, right? And on top of it, you got fireworks, you got alcohol, you've got the pool parties, you got hot dogs and hamburgers that go by. You've got, all the craziness. Is the AC working? Is the summer heat getting to you? Right? It doesn't stop, right? On top of all the other things we do all day, like, pay the bills, make sure that, the jobs, we're doing great at the job, or we're working our business, whatever it is that we're doing, it can get to be a lot. And one of the things that most people do is they quit studying. They stop. They completely shut down the study sessions. They completely stop. They go, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and focus on all these distractions, because some of the distractions, let's be honest, are fun. It's summertime. There's a lot of things that are going on that are a lot better and more attractive than studying. I know that some of you would love to fool me and think that, I want to hear that how much you love to cozy up to your KonaButterflyz study guide available. And when I put up the screen, you can scan the QR code to get. Or you like to watch and binge all the videos that we have, right? But that's not true. That's not true. I know it's not true. I know it's not true. There's a million other things that probably you would love to do. Some of you hate laundry and you'd rather go fold clothes and, go do that, right? You'd rather go weed the yard than to go study, right? You'd rather go walk in the summer heat instead of studying. There's a lot of things we'd rather do that we normally would not want to do that just seems more appealing, just because studying is just like, it becomes that burden. And that's not the right attitude to have. That's not the positive mental attitude to have. That's not what's going to get it done. Guys, if anything, I can tell you that from all the others, all the students we've had, and we've had close to, probably, if I counted it, we're probably close to 2,000 pass notices by now, since we've started this thing in about 2015. We started about 2015. So we're almost 10 years into doing this. Brandi got her licenses like quickly after she got into the business. And, she did, not pass her 26 or series 26 3 times. And some of you are like, oh my gosh, and this is our teacher. Yeah, it's exactly why she's your teacher, because she didn't pass 3 times on that 26. And then she developed a system called KonaButterflyz that we didn't call it then, but this system that we teach, because she knew the content. She knew the content, but she wasn't getting the answers right. We had other teachers who were like, and some of you have all heard it when these different programs, these other systems, the other things that they tell you, oh, you do my whatever, we did them. You do my weekend crash course, you do my month long, whatever it is. Oh, you do these sessions with you or whatever. And we one of them was like, hey, I guarantee you're going to pass because you scored this in your Q bank. oh, you're consistently scoring 80% in your Q bank, and now you're going to guaranteed to pass. And I know there's a lot of people on here who have heard those words from other programs that say that, or maybe from their company, or maybe from their firm, or maybe their office or manager, or maybe their office person, or maybe somebody they know in the office. Oh yeah, you're guaranteed to pass. You score this, then you're going to be guaranteed to pass. And guess what happened? She didn't pass. And the guy's like, "Oh, I would have lost money on that. I thought you would have passed." Well, we thought we were going to pass too, but she wasn't even close. But that's where we came up with the system. And I was talking to a guy today earlier about it as well, and he was like, "Man, I've taken everybody's program, and it's like six or seven time I've tried to pass the Series 65, and I can't pass." He goes, "Oh, but I know everything in that book." He's on. I'm kind of deciding to either like see what you guys are about, or I want to go do another one of these programs. And I was like, okay, well, let me tell you how this thing was born. It was born out of Brandi knowing everything in those books and passing all the Q bank questions, but not getting a pass notice. He's like, yeah, that's where I feel I'm at. And then we realized it's not about the content. It's about the techniques. It's about reading the question. It's about staying in the present with the question. It's about the key words. It's about that you don't get thrown off by the questions. You don't get thrown off by what's in the answers. You get to learn how to zero in on it, and that simplifies it. And then also it simplifies your studying because you're not having to learn every detail inside and out, memorizing a book as if you're tested on it, like as if you read this book and memorize it, you're going to pass the book, the exam. Guys, that's another thing that's a myth. You're not going to be able to pass these exams because you memorize some book. That worked in college, that worked in high school, that worked in whatever. I memorized the manual. Oh, I'm going to pass. I got another guy who's a Marine. He like hit me up the other day. He's like, you know what? I'm finally going to get onto your guys' program. My wife was successful with it, but I just, I do it my way. In the Marines, we memorize the whole manual, and then we go take the exam and we pass it. And that was good for me on the SIE, the 6 and the 63, but the 26 I've already on my fourth try, and it ain't working. And I'm like, he's like, I'm like, I don't know if I don't know if I know what I'm doing. And I'm like, no, you don't know what you're doing because you didn't learn a system that helps you pass exams. You've just learned how to memorize books and then hope that you recognize the questions, which worked great for 3 of them. But you guys got to understand some of these exams, especially when you get into the 65, the 26, the 7, you think the SIE is at one level. Those are on a different level. They're on a different level of confusion. They're on a different level of asking you. They're on a different level, period. They know who's trying to get these exams done, and they know that you'll get lost. So tonight, what we're going to do is I'm going to go over a few things that we want you to do over the weekend. We want you to like focus in on instead of feeling overwhelmed, instead of doing crazy stuff over this crazy weekend. Do something more manageable over this weekend. Do something that actually keeps you consistent through the weekend, that you can actually do, that won't make you fall out of your gains, out of your study. Because I know that every single person that's on here, especially, and we did drop, look how many people are on right now, right? It's half the number that I'm normally used to being on here. And I know that a lot of people are going to be watching this on the replay because that's how it normally goes. But look at how the distractions had already started on July 3rd. They'd be like, well, that's because we knew Brandi wasn't going to be there. I didn't even know Brandi wasn't going to be here. So I don't know how they knew. I didn't know. I really didn't know until a couple hours before. And Brandi was like, I'm just not feeling it. And I don't want to give, our people 75%. They deserve 110. And I was like, I agree. So we'll just sit it out. But look at how it already is. So we're going to talk about some study tips that can get you through it. I'm not going to try to drag it out too long tonight, only because I know it's already begun. And I appreciate all of you being here because you could have been anywhere else and you decided to be here. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen, just some from information, because nothing's for free. Everything has a commercial, doesn't it? I mean, we got to pay the bills somehow. So, all right. Is it going to go up? Did I do it? I did it. All right, did it. All right, everybody. I'm not as cool as Brandi, so I forgot to already do that. So there we go. All right, here we go. Studying Brew. This is our 30 minutes of free. Normally, this is Monday through Thursday. Tomorrow, we'll be taking the day off for the nation, for America, if you will, right? For America, we're going to take the day off. But on Monday, we'll be back to business as usual. We will be having the academy start up on Monday with those exam mastery. I'll have more of the schedule of the rest of this week, but we also have the 21-day plan that's going on right now. Most people are studying in the 21-day plan, means they're doing it on their own and doing the quizzes, watching the videos, taking the notes, being cued in on the Kona community on the Discord. And Brandi will be more active on that when she can like finally like kind of stay awake for more than 10 minutes, because she was a lot of sleeping today, which is great news. But she'll be more active over the weekend, hopefully. So I'm very positive on and hopeful on her recovery being pretty quick. Can't keep her down. And then we'll be starting that academy on Monday, and we'll be back at it as normal. We got the study guides available for the SIE, the 6 and the 63. The SIE does have video explanations. It is a interactive study guide. The 6 and 63 are not yet, but we do have a Series 65 in the works. It is coming. Brandi just got sidelined a little bit, but it is coming out. And the good thing is that even though she has to kind of take it easy, she's able to actually create some notes. Yesterday I did see her doing that when she wasn't feeling, when she was feeling a little bit better. And today she said she actually was able to make some more notes and kind of get more headway on that study guide, even though she was kind of falling asleep. So we're still working on it, and it is going to be coming out soon. The Kona community, as I said, it's on Discord. Check it out. We got the Kona Hall of Fame on the Instagram. Go check out all of our passers. Go check out what they say and how they pass. I like to do our Instagram a little different than most people. I don't like to just have a picture of them and say, way to go, Bill, way to go, Joe, way to go, Joanne, way to go, Jane, whatever made up name I'm going to make up right now, Maria. It's not about that. It's about what they say in there. So look at what their quotes are. Look at what they said about how they passed, what helped them out. I don't tell them what to say. I literally put exactly what they text me. I don't shape it up. I don't make it better so it makes me look better. None of that. So whatever you read on there, it's an authentic quote from that student, from that passer. So go check out our Instagram. It's on there. And also we got the Telegram for nice bulletins and whatnot. Boy, am I not cool as Brandi. I let the screen die. All right, here we go. 951-290-3077. We got the SIE Kona Academy, all that great stuff. Scan the QR codes and go ahead and just get involved with that. If you're on the YouTube, please subscribe. Go ahead and get those notifications. We have a lot of stuff on YouTube, but go ahead and hit the links over there. We have that available. Also, on the Instagram, I do have my link tree up there. So if you go in the profile, you can also click on that and you can get into all of our links. This is the rest of our schedule for the rest of the week. Thursday, tomorrow, we will not have any sessions whatsoever. Friday, we don't either. Sunday, we might be back for something that we haven't done in a while for the members. So keep your eyes peeled. I'm no promises. Like I tell my kids this for the rest of the week. Hey, we ain't planning anything. We're just going to see how it goes and just go from there. So, but we will be bringing back those member Sunday nights. So check that out and wait for it. All right, guys, that's the rest of the schedule. So let me go ahead and get into our study for tonight. Again, I'm not as cool as Brandi. I've never written on one of these things. I just watch her do it, and I make my jokes, and I sit here and drink my water and try not to breathe into the microphone while she's talking. All right, so that was my normal job, but this is different, right? So let's do this. All right, what Brandi and I have always said, and I was talking about it. And look, I say this all the time. Look, I know that's a busy schedule this weekend. I know what's going on tomorrow. It's the 4th of July, then all this other stuff. And I know some of you are getting on planes shortly thereafter. But here's the thing, is that you got to keep studying. And sometimes the most distractions happen later in the day. So what do you got to do? You got to get started early. You got to start early. Well, I was up late at night. And blah, 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 blah. Guess what? Then do it during the lunchtime. Do it in the break. You got to get your study in somewhere, somehow. And don't tell me there is no time. I have zero time, because I know y'all go use the restroom and you're like, oh, I don't do that, Andy. I don't take quizzes in the bath. You all go on the Instagram in the bath. Don't lie. I know you all, we all know it. We all do it. We all know it. Use that time, whatever little time you can squeeze in. If you're waiting for your food at the Chick-fil-A, and I'm not saying Chick-fil-A is a sponsor of KonaButterflyz, although I wish, you can sit there while you're, watching the kids while you're, do you know how many times Brandi would sit there? I wouldn't say they sit there, but stand there and push the kids on the swing while she was taking a quiz at the same time. All I suggest is that you periodically look up and make sure your kid is still there and it's not like some other kid and they're still in the chair. But I'm going to say this. You can squeeze it in many different places that you don't even know that you could. And a 10-question quiz is not a big deal. So what we want you to do is, even on your busiest day, remember to I always say, get your study in early. Study early. Study before everybody gets there, right? Study before the crowd comes, before everything happens, before it all goes. Study early. Make it a thing. Wow, it is really weird writing on one of these screens. I don't have the cool thing that Brandi has. I'm just going to say that. Study early. Study in the morning. Study early, especially if you have a busy day. Late at night doesn't always work. Late at night doesn't always work. And I'll say this, why? Because the whole day has already been done. And then what happens at night? I'm really tired. I'll just do twice as much tomorrow. The twice as much, I will say this, the 2 times more the next day is not a way to do it. Don't do that. You won't do it. You won't do it. You won't do it. If you're like, I was going to put in an hour, you won't do it the next day. Do it right then. So if you can't even do that, if you can't devote 1 hour of study in the morning, if you can't devote 1 hour in the afternoon, guys, at the very least, and this is just if you can, right? 10 questions. 10 questions, no matter what. That is the main thing. 10 questions every day. Every day. That is 10 questions have to happen every day. Every day? Every day. Every day? Yes, every day. And what? I don't know. Do it in your weakest areas. If you can get in a simulated exam or a full extended exam, if you can get in something that has a little bit more than just 10 questions in it, which I would hope you guys do, look, it works better. But I would look at what areas am I weakest in, and I would do that. Go for your areas that you're weak in, right? Where you're not strong. Go after those. And then you know what? Take some notes if you can. If you can or you can't not, but this is what I want you to do. Look at why. We talk about this all the time. Why wrong? And this is the biggest misconception about why wrong. Why wrong doesn't always mean content. Why wrong isn't always mean content. Why wrong does not always mean content. Why wrong doesn't always mean content. Why am I saying this over and over? This is not a skip in the CD. It is because I know, huh? People don't even know what CDs are anymore. Back in my day, no, I'm just kidding. Listen, why wrong can be, did I read too fast? Could it be something reading, right? Too fast, right? Did I miss a word? Right? Was I distracted? Be honest, by the way. Was it actually content? Was it because the kid came in the room, totally threw a ball at my head and I wasn't looking, and then I pushed the button on accident and I got it wrong? Was it because I was reading too fast and I missed everything and I totally missed the key word? Was it a keyword situation? Did I miss it? Was I practicing my techniques? What did I miss a technique? Did I miss some of the things that Brandi and Andy been teaching me? Why did I get it wrong? Did I get them wrong because I ran out of time? Right? And even on the 10 questions, look, I'm not saying any of this stuff you have to like write like, oh, I got it wrong because I don't know what a call or a put is. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is be mindful of exactly what you got wrong, why you got it wrong, and I would keep a score. And what I mean by that, keep score, even on your finger, on your head, or whatever you want to do it. So if I got 10 wrong, I mean, if I did the 10 question quiz, maybe you got 10, all 10 wrong. I don't know. But let's say you got 3 of them wrong, just because 2 of them were just because you just read too fast. Or maybe 2 of them were wrong because I was going to pick C, but I went ahead and picked B on accident. Or maybe I talked myself out of the right answer and marked C. Keep score of if you would have just went with what you would have went with or would have gone with your gut, if you would have got it right. Have a mental note, like I would have got it right if I would have just chose that one with my gut feeling. See where you're at. Be like, oh man, if I would have just gone with it, I would have got a much better score. Oh, if I would have just slowed down and read it, I would have totally got that right. And look, and this is what I'm saying. And don't be delusional, don't be dishonest. This is the hardest part about doing this, is that you have to be honest. Be honest with yourself. If you can't be honest with yourself, it doesn't work. No program's going to work. Whether it's a weight loss program, whether it's a study program, it doesn't matter. If you can't be honest with the fact that you had 7 Oreos in there and you said you're eating healthy, guess what? That don't work. The 7 Oreos count. Just because you think that nobody else was looking, guess what? Jesus was looking, saw it. You know it was there. You know what happened. You ate those 7 Oreos, but you can't even be honest with it. So now your program's messed up because you're putting in the fact that you didn't eat anything bad. Same thing with studying. Same thing with getting these questions right. Guys, if you didn't honestly know, you need to mark that down that you didn't even know what the heck it was talking about. Actually, write that down. I don't even know what's going on. Or I misread it. Then correct it. How do you correct things if you don't even know what you're doing wrong? You're going to have to figure that out. And you're going to have to correct it. And that's the only way you're going to fix it. And only you guys can fix that. Brandi and I cannot fix that. And you have to be honest. And if you're hard time feeling honest with it, get into a study group like on Discord. We have a very consistent study group that is meeting up. I don't know if they're doing it tomorrow, but meeting up on the study channel over there on the Discord in our Kona community. And guess what? They'll help you out because they're reading it out loud. They're catching each other. Do something like that, even if it's not on there. Guys, the other thing is beyond the quizzes, right? Let's say we want to get some content in. Let's say we're gonna, we're packing, we're getting on a plane, we're making all the fixings for our barbecue. We're doing, we're cleaning the pool. We got to get the pool ready, right? 4th of July. We got to make sure we got the fireworks in order so that way cousin Earl can almost blow his hand off like he does every year, or whatever we got to do. Listen to videos in the background. All of our videos have you could just, like, even if it doesn't even have an audio, play it in the background, put it something in your ear and just listen to it. Listen at best. And you don't even have to write notes. Just listen, play it in the background. Or if you don't even care what your family thinks, play it out loud. Who cares? Play it at the barbecue. Maybe they'll learn something. I don't know. It's the new thing. Play some securities licensing stuff in the background at your barbecue. No, but seriously, put it in your ear. Guys, the more you saturate yourself with something, the more you marinate in it, the more you're probably going to do it. What do they say about learning a new language? They say that you need to immerse yourself in that language. Have it be part of what you listen in the background. Have it part of what you say. Bring up funny jokes about it or whatever. And even if they don't laugh, who cares? You know? But be in it. But the most important thing before we go, this is the most important thing. Why you're getting through this and why you're going through this whole thing, your videos, the quizzing, all that stuff. The most important thing that you have to do, and this goes through any weekend, anytime, is you guys need to keep that PMA. PMA is the most important thing. Positive mental attitude. What you focus on, what your mind is focused on, what your attitude is focused on, how you react to things is exactly what you're going to get. It is the harvest that you are going to reap. Some of you guys just harvest negativity, and harvest failure, you harvest all the bad all the time. And you know you have, if it's not you, you know you have a friend that does that. And look, the reason why is because that's all you talk about. That's all you say. That's all you say to yourself. And of course, that's all you're going to get. If you keep saying, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to be ready, I'm not going to study, I'm not going to have enough time, I'm not going to have the time that I want because I'm going to be distracted, I'm too distracted, I'm too overwhelmed, I'm too all spread out all over the place, however you want to say it, however you want to rationalize your negativity, that's exactly what's going to happen. If you keep positive about what and how you want to execute this weekend, it's going to happen that weekend, because only you can be the king and queen of your time. Be the ruler of your time and your destiny. If you want to do this, there's nothing I can do to stop you. If you want to get something done, there's nothing anybody can do to stop you. And that's the mentality that you have to have. And I know that you have that for a lot of things, but most of you don't keep that for yourself. You do it for other things. Come high or high, or high water, as they say, hell or high water, as they say, you'll be at work on time. I'll keep the boss happy. I will go to school no matter what. I will always do X, right? No matter what, nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to do that. But when it comes to you, when it comes to your goals, when it comes to your studying, when it comes to things that need to help you level up, why does it go into the back burner? Why are you on discount? Why are you in the bargain bin at Ross and not hanging up at the Lehman Marcus? Why? Is it Neiman Marcus? Oh, Neiman. It doesn't matter. Why are you in the bargain bin? And that's how you will always be. And that's how it's always going to be if you don't see yourself sitting on that top shelf. Instead, you're in the bargain area. If it was a bar, some of us are well drinks, and some of us know that we're up on the top shelf. Be top shelf. I know there's some bartenders on here that know exactly what I'm talking about. You got to put yourself where you belong. You have to treat yourself what you feel that you deserve in life. Otherwise, no one else will. And I'm not talking about buying yourself and treating yourself to a Mercedes. I'm not talking about buying yourself materialistic things. I'm not talking about treating yourself to things that are out of your pay range. I'm not talking about being stupid with your money because you deserve it. I'm not saying being stupid with your time because you earned it. You deserve it. I deserve all that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you deserve to invest in yourself. You deserve to invest in you, your health, your mind. You deserve to invest in your well-being. And I know I'm talking to a lot of you. There's a lot of good people on here who would sacrifice their own selves for the good of another, their family, their kids. But here's the catch. If you constantly put yourself on the back burner, it will limit how much you can help somebody else. The more you invest in yourself, that means the more you are raised to a higher bar. That means that the ability that you will have to help not only just yourself, but others will be raised as well. It might not be the same people. You can actually include other people, other causes, other things that you care about. Guys, nothing good comes from complete martyrdom and sacrifice when it comes to like sacrificing your goals. You guys deserve better. Remember that and keep your positive mental attitude about it. Instead of saying I can't and I won't, say I will, and it's going to happen. And make a decision and keep it. Be committed to you. And that's all Brandi and I want you to do, is we want you guys to commit to yourselves, not anybody else, because any of those commitments can be easily broken. I know some of y'all are good husband and wives. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about commitments to like your self-betterment. To be honest, a lot of us are not that good at it, and you got to work hard at it. And one of the main things that I'll give you guys, but so that way we can go here, one of the main things that I will say this about it is that, guys, one of the best things that you can do and learn is to say no. If you cannot fit it into your schedule and it is not towards your goal, say no. If it is not something that's going to work in a positive way for you, mentally, financially, right? If it's not going to work out for you in a way that betters your life, say no to it. And start making time and start saying yes to things that elevate you. It is crazy to me, guys. It is bananas to me sometimes. I will see people on Instagram that I know, they tell me and they go, hey, I'm too broke to do your system. And that's fine. I understand. Money's tight, Andy. I can't do your system. I don't have money for it. And then I go look at their Instagram and what are they doing? They're at Top Golf. They're putting the whole family over it to Disneyland. We're doing the whole dinners every night. No, it's not that you don't have money. It's that your priorities messed up. You're spending your money on things that literally are all being wasted, and within a couple hours, within the hour, they're depreciated. That's depreciation at its best. And it may not be me that I'm telling you to put money into, but I'm telling you there's other things that we should be putting our money into, and we don't, because we don't see the fact that that instant gratification, that's what we want, but that instant gratification is the death of us. It's the long-term goals that we need to reach. It's the long-term thing that we got to say yes to. It's the long-term thing that's going to help us out when we're old and gray and we don't want to say, welcome to Walmart, have a cart. Because that's the nightmare, right? Nobody wants to be 80 and say, here, thanks for being here at Walmart. Check out our value deal over there, right? Nobody does. Unless you really enjoy it. But hey, you do you. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I want you guys to know that we are very grateful and thankful for all of you being with us. Thank you for everybody that's been calling or texting me or leaving me messages everywhere about Brandi. She's very appreciative as well. We appreciate all the prayers, and it helps. And we are definitely never, ever, 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 we never, ever take you guys for granted. We love the love. We love all the support that we've gotten from you guys over the years. And we definitely love all the prayer. I'm a huge thing about prayers. You know, we have students that fall ill. I'm a very big person on power of prayer, and it is very much appreciated. So thank you. And I pray for everybody out there who is going through their own situation, whether it's sickness, whether it's, you know, some financials, whatever's going on. Power of prayer. So if you ever want me to pray for you guys, or you want the whole family to pray for you, just let me know and we'll do that. But I am thanking you guys for right now from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for reaching out and, you know, really caring about the one person I love and more than this world is Brandi. So thank you so much. I really do. And she really appreciates it too. Take those study tips over the weekend. Keep that positive mental attitude. We'll be back to normal on Monday, but I just want to say this one last important message. And this is very important to me. This weekend, this holiday, you guys have all these options to drink, right? Or be intoxicated of some sort. I know some of you are sober. I am been 5 years completely sober now. And I know a lot of people, you know, they can't do that. They like to abide, and I'm not judging you. That's fine. Drink, do whatever you got to do. But I want you guys to be sure that you guys be safe out there. There's no reason in this time and era to drive under the influence. Please, 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 please be responsible. Take care and make sure that you can get a ride. If not, I will drive out and go get you myself. I don't know if that's totally true and honest, because Tim, you're in Ohio. But I'm just saying, please be responsible, be smart, because not only in the time on the fact that you could lose a life or you could hurt somebody on when, you know, being irresponsible, but also if you get pulled over and you have DUIs, guess what, guys? That affects your license journey. It is one of the things that can get you disqualified. So make sure that you take care of yourselves out there. Be smart, stay safe. And like I always say, stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night. And thank you so much.